Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the WorldCAR CINAR Cup Series. I am your league commissioner and owner, Yugoslav Pony. Although I'm known by other names by other people, but it's all right here. Welcome to beautiful, the Ecliptian Sun, the Southern Sun. Although it's not the Southeast, it's the Southwest. California Auto Club Speedway, the super speedway that we all used to love tremendously. Rest in peace to Auto Club Speedway. Was the most beautiful track on the schedule for many, many years. And it's back here, this time on the World Car schedule. We have a ton of competition, a ton of drivers, and a lot of shuffling in the points after one race. That's right, one race has gone by and went, and we have lots of turnover. We have William Byron, last week's winner, at the very top of the board at 100 points over two people who are part-time, and the next best person so far is Greg Biffle. So a lot of shuffling and turnover in the World Car CINAR Cup Series standings, but we'll get to that and more in just a bit. For now, let's take a look at your starting lineup for tonight's Rowdy Energy 400 at Auto Club in honor of Kyle Busch. Starting on the pole, we have Dale Earnhardt in the number 3 Goodwrench Service Chevy. And beside them, we've got Ryan Newman in the number 02 Altel Dodge for Team Penske. And then behind them, we've got Rainbow Dash in the number 7 Ally Chevy for Spire Motorsports. And alongside her is Greg Biffle, technically second out of full-time drivers in points, driving once again his signature number 16 3M Ford. And then behind them, we've got first driver with a brand new scheme, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the number 8 Budweiser Chevy. And alongside him is JJ Yaley, also in the new scheme, driving that number 55 Chevy for MBM. And then behind them, we've got Jimmy Johnson in the 48 for Hendrick Motorsports, driving that number 48 Lowe's Chevy. And then beside him, we've got Jeff Gordon, his teammate, in number 24 Axalta Chevy. And then behind him, we've got Riley Herbst in the number 35 Monster Energy Camry for FZY JGR. And he's technically third out of full-time drivers in points. And alongside him is Chase Elliott in the number 9 Napa Auto Parts Chevy for HMS. And then behind them, we've got Timmy Hill in the number 66 John Deere Ford for MBM. And beside him, we've got Carl Edwards, the CINAR 500 pole sitter in the number 99 Aflac Ford, ready to take it on once again. And then behind them, we've got Mark Martin in the number 06 Valvoline Ford for Roush Fenway Racing. And then beside him, we've got David Regan in the number 88 UPS Ford for Haas Yates. And then behind him, we've got James Busher in the number 17 Google Street View Ford. And beside him, we've got Paul Menard in the number 21 Motorcraft Ford. And then behind him, we've got Chris Busher in the number 28 Texaco Haviland Ford. And then beside him, we've got Brad Keselowski representing some new colors this week. Castrol Edge now in the number 6 Ford for Roush Keselowski Racing. And then behind him, we've got Christopher Bell, the number 20 DeWalt Toyota. And then beside him, we've got Jamie McMurray, again donning new colors, the number 26, this time McDonald's Ford for Roush. And then behind him, we've got Kyle Busch in the number 77 NOS Energy Drink Chevy. And then beside him, we've got the defending champion, Rusty Wallace, in the number 2 Miller Lite Dodge for Team Penske. Behind him, we've got Kurt Busch in the number 97 Autodesk Ford. And beside him is Michael McDowell in the number 34 Delaware Life Ford. And then behind them, we've got Elliott Sadler in the number 38, not pronouncing that brand. And then beside him, we've got the number 1 of Kerry Earnhardt driving the number 1 Aaron's Dream Machine Chevy for DEI. And then behind him, we've got Tony Stewart in the number 90 Home Depot Ford. And then beside him, we've got a driver who will be making some select starts this season, the number 82 of Justin Haley. Pinnacle, of course, that team doing a part-time system with that car. That number 82, it's non-chartered, so they can do whatever they want. It's part-time, it's all over the place. It's going to get very confusing, but we'll get used to it in no time. And then behind them, we've got AJ Allmendinger representing in a brand new scheme, although it's the same Shell Pennzoil number 22 Dodge. Not the same scheme that we saw back in the CINAR 500. It's a bit different. Some design elements are going to be a bit different. You will notice them throughout the race. And then beside him, we've got Corey Heim in the number 19 Safelite Toyota Camry, representing the Safelite brand here in SoCal. And then behind him, we've got Ryan Blaney in the number 12 Dutch Boy Menards Dodge. Once again, another new scheme for the number 12. I think this is going to be a race-by-race basis. I'm not sure how that 12 team is going to function. And then beside them, we've got the number 69, the defending winner of the previous World Car. Yeah, last week's winner, William Byron, the CINAR 500 winner from, I believe, a week ago, and also the current points leader, who is 10 points over the nearest competitor. And then behind them, we've got Denny Hamlin in the number 11 National Debt Relief Toyota for FZY JGR. And then beside him, we've got Kyle Larson in the number 5 HendryCars.com Chevy. And then behind them, we've got Kevin Harvick in the number 98 Bushlight Ford for Haas-Yates. And then beside, we've got Meep Anton in the number 86 Delta Airlines Chevy for Blue Fury Racing. And then last out of all the drivers that are here, we've got Matt Kenseth in the number 60 Dollar General Ford. Yes, I'm having a bit of a mouthful right now. And of course, once again, the team bringing up brand new schemes. Roush Kozlowski trying to do things on the fly, up and coming. So we'll see what the 60th Matt Kenseth can provide for us today, as will the rest of the competition. Dale Earnhardt and Ryan Newman side by side, and like I said earlier in the broadcast, William Byron, the current points leader, 100 points, and the next closest competitor is at 70. So two part-time cars really fludged the standings here, but a lot can happen and a lot can go wrong here in SoCal for the points leader. But then again, SoCal is known for having great, amazing racing. We can tell that this track is going to provide plenty of action here. As the field rounds off turn number 4, the pace car coming down pit road. The Big E, the Intimidator, is going to lead us to the green flag alongside Ryan Newman. We're on their way here in SoCal. And immediately with the jump, Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to make it 3 wide. As Rainbow Dash going whale down the inside as Dale Earnhardt Sr. to the front. Through turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway, Big E pulling out to a bit of a lead so far. And down the back straightaway, here it is all Big E holding off the rest of the pack. Ryan Newman in second. They're 3 wide behind them. That's in the common trait here at Auto Club. You would expect 3-4 wide racing. As here comes one of the California boys, Jimmy Johnson to the inside. 4 wide behind them. And that's for third. Now 5 wide. Jimmy will lead the first lap. As they are 5, nearly 6 wide going in the 1. Man, oh man, this is dangerous. As right now, Jimmy Johnson with the lead. It appears Riley Herbst and Timmy L got away back there. As right now, they are 4 wide down the back straightaway. Kerry Earnhardt into the wall. As Jimmy Johnson leads them down the back straightaway here at Auto Club. Heading into turn number 3 and 4. As his teammate Jeff Gordon working his way up through the field as well. Remember, Hendrick Motorsports, they're a dominant force to be reckoned with in real life. Can they carry over some of that real life success here in this Auto Club race? We'll see here as Riley Herbst gaining on the back bumper of the 48. As I see once again, they're 5, nearly 6 wide again going in the 1. Although this time it's not as egregious for positioning. Yeah, they all pretty much get out of it. For the most part, honestly. These guys, they're getting really aggressive early on, especially David Reagan in that number 88, trying to get as much points as he can. But so far, no luck. I mean, he's trying to work his way by Mark Martin here, so far not really good things for some drivers. Better things for other drivers, though. Jeff Gordon to the inside of Timmy L, that's for third. Oh, and Timmy L gets into the wall over there. Not that great for the 66 Ford of MBM. As right now, 4th side-by-side, Ryan Newman on the inside as Riley Herbst still continuing to track down the leader of Jimmy Johnson. Jeff Gordon now up there with them. And can Jeff Gordon run them down? We'll see here as they go through turn number 2 and down the back straightaway here at Auto Club. As right now, Jimmy Johnson leading this race. It is also emotional. Jimmy Johnson got his first career win right here back in 2002 when he was just a rookie. And now times have changed. People have came and gone in certain racing industries. And Jimmy Johnson now is a highly sought-out veteran as he continues to lead here at Auto Club. Well, in the turn number 1, as they're 3 wide for third. Junior on the inside. He didn't really have a particularly good start to this race. Hopefully that new scheme will carry some flowers as they're going down the back straightaway. Nearly 4 wide. And that was close. I think Chase Selly got into the wall back there. As right now Riley Herbst having to hang on against Timmy Hill and Jeff Gordon out of all people. But right now, Jimmy Jam is pulling away. 3 wide now. That is for the 5th position as Ryan Newman into the wall. Oh, if Mark Martin cleared on Ryan Newman there, that would have been really bad as Jimmy Johnson still continuing to lead here at Auto Club. As right now, they dive it down into turn number 1. Jimmy Johnson still trying to be as eager as he possibly can be. heading down the back straightaway out of 2. As right now they head down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Jimmie Johnson looking extremely competitive early on in this race. But not much can be said about some of the other drivers early on in this race. Not so good fortunes right now for Kerry Earnhardt. He's found himself all the way back in dead last so far in this race. As right now he's holding on by the skin of his teeth as Tony Stewart right up in front of him. These drivers over here, all they need is just points. Man, Jimmy McBride was talking about all that smack whenever he was complaining about how guys like him weren't given the fair shot they were given, and around goes Greg Biffle! Oh, no! And that takes out Denny Hamlin and last week's winner, William Byron. That will bring the caution out. Actually, no, it won't. Oh, I thought it would bring out the caution. Interesting. These guys apparently, well, that was extremely unexpected. I did not expect them to not throw the caution. I would usually expect them to throw the yellow. And for those of you in NR 2003, I do have cautions turned on. So let's see what happened here down the back straightaway. Oh, it looks like Brad got into Biffle. And man, they just Denny Hamlin hard into that wall. Well, looks like he's fine because he was driving away from that. So Jimmie Johnson's still in the lead. But man, honestly, that was, not only is that extremely unexpected, it's also extremely disrespectful to some certain drivers out there. Ugh. I feel really, really bad for them. But as they head into turn number 1, it is all still Jimmie Johnson with the lead. His teammate Jeff Gordon trying to catch up, as well as the 88 of David Reagan looking as stout as ever down the back straightaway here at Auto Club. And right now, Jimmie Johnson looking very, very competitive here as he heads into turn number 3 and 4, holding off his teammate and 2 other cars, although it looks like he's just pulling away for the moment. So honestly, really good props to Jimmie Johnson over there in that whole number 48 team, looking very, very strong out the gate very early, although he's nowhere close to the top 20 in points. So this performance will really help that thing turn around big time. As right now they head into turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Good drive right there from the 88 of David Reagan up there. He is also not even close to the top 20 in points, and he desperately needs some of these runs here to go his way. Otherwise, some certain things would probably not look as great for that driver, and if he's not gonna be that complacent, then certain things are probably gonna have to happen to that driver. But I'm not the team owner of the 88. I am just a messenger, and I am also a commentator right here as they go once again to turn number 1. The teammates of HMS pulling away, as right now I believe last week's winner, yep, I think he came down pit road, as I believe he got 4 fresh tires. He's fine, and so is Denny Hamlin. They're both fine, but they are laps upon laps down. I mean, let's take a look at Denny Hamlin in the 11. Yeah, just coming off of pit road, and it's horrible. Greg Biffle now on pit road. Honestly, I feel really bad for those guys that got screwed over because WorldCAR didn't throw the caution for that lap 1 incident. I really, really thought that they were gonna, throw the yellow for that, but it looks like not the case so far as they head into turn number 2 and down into turn number 1 and 2, and soon down the back straightaway. Look at Dale Earnhardt Jr. go! He was teammates with these guys. Maybe he found some speed from these guys' back bumpers right now as they go down the back straight once again here at Auto Club. Look at Dale Earnhardt Jr. go. He is now in the top 3. 3 wide for the lead as they head into 3. Now can Jr. slide up? Will he be able to take the lead away from 2 of these SoCal guys? I mean, Jeff Gordon, he technically was raised here, and Jimmie Johnson, he was born here. And yeah, actually, no, both were born here, actually. So right now, Junior has to face off 2 California Hendrick kids. But right now, he's going to have the advantage through turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. will take the lead here at Auto Club. As they go down the back here at Auto Club, it is all Dale Earnhardt Jr. with the lead. Jeff Gordon in second. Jimmie Johnson in third. David Reagan somehow managing to get third away from Jimmie Johnson right here. Is right behind him. We got a stat class of Mark Martin and JJ Yeley making his way up here as well. JJ Yeley's not really known for having some of the best driving here in the top levels of stock car racing, but here in WorldCAR, it's a completely different story. Everyone's got the same equipment, and everyone's got the same chance to win. And right now, he's taking that to a T right now. It's David Reagan looking on the inside of Jeff Gordon right there. That is for the second position. Now down the back straightaway here at Auto Club. I don't think that's going to be a smart move here. Going on the inside down the back straightaway. Yep, Jeff Gordon has the advantage. Jimmy Johnson right here has the advantage. But in the corners, man, the low side's really, really good. And David Riggins got to take advantage of that. He's going to get up to second. And now he's not just going to go for second. He's going to go for the lead underneath Dale Earnhardt Jr. Side by side down the front straightaway as they head in the one. As once again, down into turn number 2. Mark Martin. Whoa, that was really risky next to Jeff Gordon. Almost put him into the wall right there. Man, that could have been something bad. Because right now they're nearly, I think they almost went 5 wide again, this time down the back straightaway at Auto Club. Man, that was a very aggressive move. Paul Menard now makes his way up inside the top 5 as right now he goes to the outside. Oh, no, that's not really the best place to be. Last week's winner, William Byron, he's a lap down. He's having to trudge his way through traffic right now just so that he can get back on the lead lap. But all it's doing is just opening up the lead for the leaders, which Dale Earnhardt Jr. would be pleased to see if they got by for possibly second, possibly third. And if they, the only thing Junior would not like is if they got around Junior for the lead, because honestly, that would probably mess up his race, to say the least. As right now they go down the back straightaway here at Auto Club. As right now they start pulling away. Mark Martin and Dale Earnhardt Jr. both pulling away. And remember, Mark Martin, he's good at some of the intermediates this season. I mean, he won the pole for the He won the pole for one of the heat races to probably secure his play into the Clash. As I say that, he gets into the wall. And that's going to allow William Byron to get a huge run on him to get to his inside. And will take one more stop to get back on the lead lap. As right now, William Byron has enough speed to get back on the lead lap because of that whole pit road thing. But man, he's not going to have any draft up ahead of him. So I don't know if he's going to get back on the lead lap necessarily in the next few laps or something. I mean, he's 2 laps down. I think he was 3 laps down prior. But he's hoping to be great as ever. As David Reagan going into the wall. That is not really the place to go. Jimmy Johnson almost got into them as well. Ryan Newman also got into the wall back there. And how about Rusty Wallace making his appearance inside the top 10 for the first time all day? As right now Mark Martin to the inside of Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the lead. As Mark Martin trying to contend with Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the lead. But it's all in vain as Dale Earnhardt Jr. going to try to clear Mark Martin down the back straightaway here at Auto Club. The 2 nice guys of the sport, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Mark Martin. As Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to take back the lead here at Auto Club. Mark Martin almost stole it away from him. Ooh, that could have been really, really bad. But right now, it is all still, so far, so good. The number 8 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. is right now here. Going into turn number 1 and 2. Oh yeah, I was just informed by Gerald, one of my co-producers here, that we had unfortunately missed the lap 18 moment of silence. So in our fierce apology to that, which honestly, in my head, I can't keep track of time that easily, in fairness, on the next lap, we are going to go silent in honor of Kyle Busch, which we plan to do all season long, no matter if it's lap 8, 18, or if it's any other number related to him. Hopefully this counts. All right. So right now we have Greg Biffle right in front of Dale Earnhardt Jr. as Biffle kind of unlaps himself. I mean, yeah, they went down pit road and changed tires, but at the same time, they're also like 5 laps down. I mean, Biffle, we saw on the ticker right there. Yeah, he's now 1 lap down, and so is William Byron. Both those guys just hoping to get back on the lead lap as soon as they can. As right now it is still Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s race to lose. Let's take a look at the fastest laps of the day so far. Oh, wow. Junior's only got the 10th fastest lap. And Ryan Newman has the fastest lap so far. And let's take a look at where Ryan Newman currently is in this field. Not bad. He is currently in the top 20. But all he has to do is get by Christopher Bell, Elliott Sadler. He did get by James Busher and AJ Allmendinger for positions, so hopefully he can probably make his way up through the field in no time. As right now, Dale Earnhardt Jr., what's going on? He's went super low on the apron. Oh, he's coming down pit road. He's going to get some fresh fuel and tires. Could pit stops play a key factor in this race? We'll see here as we enter lap 23 out of 102 as they dive it down once again into turn number 1. Mark Martin now with the lead. Jeff Gordon coming with a huge run there in the number 24. As right now, yep, down the back straightaway, Gordon is now on the back bumper of Mark Martin, but I don't think he's going to make the move here in the turn number 3 and 4. I just don't think it's going to be possible. Yeah, because first of all, they're all going to have to come down pit road, and that's going to provide the lead to... Oh, I thought Tamio was going to take the lead. Whoa, the MBM cars almost made contact there. That would have been a teammate disaster class right then and there. Is now the defending champion, Rusty Wallace, is going to take the lead away as some of these guys come down pit road. It's also going to make him stay out with him, Kevin Harvick, James Busher, and Kurt Busch. So we have one Haas Yates car and 2 Roush cars and 1 Penske car all staying out. And Kerry Earnhardt staying out as well, but I think that mostly is because that Kerry Earnhardt is slow. No offense to Kerry Earnhardt, but right now he's not really doing the best so far in this race as right now Mark Martin. Mark Martin did head down pit road the last lap, so I wasn't wrong. Anywho, out of 4, what I meant to say was Rusty Wallace is now coming down pit road, as right now the rest of the field coming alongside him. Junior right there, he was one of the guys that came down a few laps earlier. So let's see what these pit stops are going to do for the 2 car. As right now, as they head into their pit box right here. Oh yeah, James Busher's pit box is well ahead of those guys, man. As right now, these guys preparing to do pit stops right here, and around goes Dale Earnhardt. Oh, man. And that's going to bring out the caution for the first time all day. And this time, we have a caution for incident. Apparently, that caution over there didn't really count as a caution. So let's see what happened coming out pit road. Oh, I think he came down. Oh, Dale Earnhardt just doored him. Yeah, ouch. Oh, man. And that's a big hit into the wall for Big E. Thankfully, he's alright. He just climbed out of his car, talking to the AMR safety crew, but I don't know. I do not know if JJ Yaley is okay. JJ Yaley, he's currently still in the car. Okay, he took the roof mat down, so he's not... Oh, wait, no, did he? Oh, no, that was the safety personnel taking it down. And that was Dale Earnhardt's on board, hard into the ball. You can see that right there. Man, just brutal. And Riley Herbst, the worst part about this is Riley Herbst apparently got stopped by him, so not that smart. And also, this is going to mess up a lot of pit strategy here, because now Rusty Wallace is effectively going to be the leader because of this pit road fumbling over there. A few cars are going to stay out, some others are going to come down pit road. Split strategies here as Dale Earnhardt Jr. is leading that field down. Mark Martin and those other guys are going to stay out. This is going to create some interesting pit strategy here. I mean, I'm not sure if it's going to be smart, but at least the majority of the field got those stops in time before that yellow came out, because JJ Yaley, I guess, was kind of... No offense to JJ Yaley, I think it was blind there. Oh, and interestingly enough, Kurt Busch is staying out as... No, Kurt Busch is just staying out. I have no idea what the rest of the field is doing. As right now, the rest of the field, some of them coming down pit road. These guys are probably going to be on the tail end of the lead lap. Like, for example, Mark Martin, Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, Matt Kenseth, Blaney, Kerry Earnhardt, Kyle Larson, Tony Stewart, Denny Hamlin. And then there's all these other guys over here that are probably going to be on the tail end of the lead lap as well. Or some of these guys are probably going to be a lap down. Like, Kurt Busch is still going to be the leader of this race, but this is going to trap some people a lap down. This is going to trap, JJ Yaley and Dale Earnhardt obviously are now laps down because of that incident. But also, like, Justin Haley was not really in a good position as the caution came out, so, of course, not really great things for him, as right now I think we're seeing some miscommunications under caution, but for the most part I think they're alright. And Kurt Busch still going to be the leader of this race for the moment, as I'm going to do a little something here real quick. All right, there we go. As right now, Denny Hamlin and Kerry Earnhardt, both of them coming down pit road here, as well as Kevin Harvick, JJ Yeley, and Dale Earnhardt trying to do their best to repair their damage as much as they can. And then there's Rainbow Dash in the back. I think Rainbow Dash had a botched pit stop or something. The number 7 pit crew just didn't go to work or something. Yeah, look at all these guys on the tail end of the lead lap. Oof. If all those guys are on the tail end of the lead lap, then I feel bad for the people that are a lap down. Oh, man. Yeah, Timmy Hill's a lap down. Dale Jr.'s a lap down. Michael McDowell's a lap down. Elliott Sadler, Allmendinger, Newman, Corey Himes a lap down. Jimmy Johnson, who led the part of this race, is now trapped a lap down. Carl Edwards is a lap down. Chris Busch is a lap down. Reagan's a lap down. Kyle Busch is a lap down. Paul Menard, Jimmy McMurray, Justin Haley, I don't think Tony Stewart's a lap down. Sorry, I meant Christopher Bell. The 35 Riley Herbst is a lap down. Harvick's a lap down. Yeah, Herbst is obviously a lap down. And then you have William Byers from the lap 1 incident. But for the rest of those guys, man, how brutal it is to go 1 lap down, and yeah, you didn't really do anything wrong. You just were caught in the wrong situation here. As right now, the leader will be the number 97 of Kurt Busch, followed by James Buescher in the 17. And third is Rusty Wallace. Where is Rusty Wallace right now? I think he got lucky with some of that caution. Yeah, he's all the way back there in third. But man, this field is going to change a hell of a lot, I'll tell you what. As right now we have Kurt Busch, James Buescher, and Rusty Wallace, the top 3, the only guys who are technically fully safe on the lead lap. Everybody else is kind of screwed. As we get the 1 to go signal here, this is going to drastically change a lot of things. And I know there's going to be a lot of people who are going to disagree with me on this, but trust me, going 1 lap down in this game is basically a death sentence. If you go 1 lap down in this game, your race is pretty much nearly over. You'd have to take like a lot of fortunately timed cautions just so that you'd be fine. But we're on lap 29 out of 102. We're going to go green on lap 30 out of 102. These guys are definitely not prepared for what's coming up next. I'll tell you what. As Mark Martin, he's technically going to lead the field to the green, but he's not the leader. The leader back there would be the number 97 of Kurt Busch, who, I'm just going to be brutally honest, just got lucky. All right? He just got lucky over this break. Literally everyone around him is faster than him. I hate to be that brutally honest guy, but where's Kurt Busch in the points right now? He's extremely fortunate. He's nowhere in the top 20 or top 25. Oh wait, no, he could be like 24th or 25th. I could be very wrong on that. But then there's James Buescher. I mean, James Buescher, he's more deserving than Kurt Busch. He is currently James Buescher is 11th in points. Rusty Wallace, he's currently 9th in points, the defending champion. But yeah, a lot had to be fortunate for Kurt Busch to go right here. But right now, let's see if the field will deal with this as they go back to the gas here at Auto Club in the Rowdy Energy 400. And diving it down in the turn number 1, Mark Martin is technically leading this pack. But like I said, he's not the main focus here. The main focus is going to be that number 97 of Kurt Busch. And obviously with things changing very dramatically in the race, Kurt Busch looking very stout and looking like he could be the favorite to win this race right here, as he could pretty much put like a lot of these guys a lap down. Right now, you stick with the high side. And honestly, I think that for the better. As for right now, I mean, our leader just hit the wall straight up. And right now, the field's pulling away from him, which is honestly best case scenario. Like, these guys should pull away from him. These guys should let the leader go. But right now, all that's doing is opening up doors, and James Buescher is going to take advantage. Remember, he's 11th in points right now. He could seriously take the points lead if things go right for him here. Down the back straightaway here at Auto Club. And of course, the majority of these guys do not want to go a lap down. 23rd on down is technically 1 lap down, as here comes Rusty Wallace on the inside, the defending champion from last season. Well, that got very, very close to the wall there. The 17 is still the leader as of right now. These guys are fighting for their lives big time just so that they can get back on the lead lap. Like, see there, Jamie McMurray absolutely sent the 0-2 of Ryan Newman, and that's because he wanted to get back on the lead lap. Like, I don't blame these guys. These guys, they want to get back on the lead lap. They want to be competitive. And then all the way back there, we've got Denny Hamlin, who has to deal with some of that damage. Justin Haley going down pit road. That's actually very odd. I'm not going to question Justin Haley, though, as once again, these guys battling, yep, James Buescher in the wall. And once again, he's trying to put some of these guys to a lap down, including Jamie McMurray. McMurray, I think, is on the tail end of the lead lap. Yeah, he's 26 as of right now. There's Paul Menard to his inside. He wants to get back on the lead lap, but he has to deal with Riley Herbst, who also wants to get back on the lead lap. And when you have too many people trying to get back on the lead lap all at once, you end up with a huge disaster incoming. As right now, James Buescher trying to put McMurray a lap down. McMurray's got the inside lane, though, so he does have the advantage. But man, a lot has to go right for James Buescher in order to win this race. Especially if he doesn't get a yellow here in the next couple of laps, considering James Buescher is kind of lucky that that it wasn't just like one guy on the lead lap. Because that is technically possible. There could have been one guy on the lead lap and everyone else would have been one or more laps down. And that could have been very, very hard to deal with there. But right now, it is still James Buescher leading the pack. Technically, he is not leading the pack. But like I said, on the restart, this is technically the leader. This is the guy you have to look out for as Meep Anton into the wall. Man, lost a ton of ground, lost a ton of spots, lost a ton of time, and now he's a lap down. That's the consequences of going into the wall like that, especially at Auto Club, and especially right about now, considering, like I said, James Buescher is still technically the leader, and the light would have to go right for him to, I think, try to work his way up through the pack and try to get up to the front of the pack so that he can actually lead and only let 3 cars on the lead lap. But right now, it is all James Buescher's race to lose, as once again they head into turn number 4. It is all the 17 of James Buescher. Just a reminder, a win would be 100 points. He only has 27 for the moment, and things could get really, really dicey here as Kevin Harvick gets to the back bumper of that number 17 car. And like I said, that 17 car is on the lead lap. He is the leader. But Kerry Earnhardt around him, a lap down. McMurray in front of him, a lap down. Harvick, who just passed him, was a lap down. And then you've got Paul Menard, Dale Jr., Riley Herbst, Jeff Gordon, Ryan Blaney, all a lap down. And all with way too much to lose if they make a single mistake here. As right now, the other leaders are trying to catch the 17 of James Buescher. Kurt Busch and Rusty Wallace, the defending champion, both having a huge head of steam, as right now McMurray goes a lap down. That is something that he doesn't want to see there. And also, what else he doesn't want to see is that Kurt Busch in the number 97, he's also up here. He could contend for the lead, could contend for the win, and that will possibly screw over McMurray. As right now, they themselves back there are getting screwed over by a horse, so I don't think it's all that bad for McMurray as of right now, although now he's a lap down, and now there's only 27 cars on the lead lap. Make that 26 cars on the lead lap. And it's right now he passes Dale Jr. That's going to be 25 now on the lead lap. Harvick almost getting in the Paul Menard there. That could have been the caution that saved everybody. And that's what James Buescher does not want to see. James Buescher does not want to see another yellow. All he wants is a clean green run to the end. If he gets a clean green run to the end, I think he'll be fine. Junior to the inside of him, bullies him out of the way for that specific lap back. As right now, Rainbow Dash trying to block the 2 car of Rusty Wallace. She's also trying to get back on the lead lap. But her situation's a little different. Oh, wait, no. I was going to say her situation's a little different. She just got trapped a lap down with everybody else. As Rusty Wallace, the defending champion, to the inside. And that would be for... now, that wouldn't be for second. He's in second regardless. He has to go for it. He wants to go for it. But the only problem is that he has to deal with a ton of lap traffic. And I presume that's the thing that James Buescher wants to see. This is James Buescher's paradise. James Busher, he wants to see lap cars. He wants to see some fortunacy run his way. I mean, James Busher is pretty lucky. I have to admit that because it was not that long ago. It was like 20. No, it was 2011 or 2012. One of those years in the real life NASCAR Nationwide series. James Busher was right there at Daytona. He basically avoided a multi-car wreck to take the win away from like every single good driver in sport. And once again, James Busher, he's caught himself in a lucky break. That's how he won. That's how he won his first real life race. And I guarantee you, if this keeps up, and if this weirdness continues, then James Busher will be the luckiest man I think WorldCar has ever seen in quite a minute, because James Busher over here desperately needs some things to go his way. And I think that's what he's banking on right now. Just things going his way, just no yellows, just all clean and green the rest of the way. And James Busher, currently in the lead right now, he wants to see that all unfold in front of him. And that's exactly what the 2-car of Rusty wants as well. He wants that good run. He wants to be up there with James Busher, well, with Kurt Busch. And like I said, Kurt Busch, he's up here. He's below 23rd in the point standings. Well, then again, I can't see below 23rd in the point standings from my point of view, but you get the deal. Like, these guys, they're competitive, but they're not really that competitive when they're all trying not to get lapped. As right now, Rusty Wallace is going to lead a horde of lapped cars to the inside as Rusty Wallace takes the lead here in the Rowdy Energy 400 here at Auto Club on lap 43. How fitting. As they go into turn number 1 and 2. Rusty Wallace in the lead. Kurt Busch in second. And honestly, the thing they don't want to see right now is the pack pulling away from them, because that's a lot of opportunity for a lot of things to go wrong. Yeah, like Kevin Harvick and Jeff Gordon pulling away there. See? That's what Rusty Wallace and Kurt Busch do not want to see, and neither does James Busher in that 17. All they want is for them to reel them in and go one lap down, one lap down, one lap down. As you can see right here, it will pay off for some of these drivers right here. As right now, yeah, 23rd I'm back, one lap down. All these guys are just going to try to do is put as many people a lap down as they can. And it's going to be cruel, because we want some of these guys to succeed. Actually, no. It's going to be cruel because some of these guys were actually pretty good early on in this race. Dale Jr., he was literally leading this race less than 30 laps ago. And, like, for example, the number 90, Allmendinger, they were also contenders at some point in this race, but now they're all going to fall victim to this weird caution, and now most of them are going to fall at least one lap down. And then there's, Harvick, Jeff Gordon, both of them falling a lap down. Riley Herbst and Chris Buescher going a lap down. Yeah, those guys were contenders at one point in this race. But now, because of a fluky caution, these guys are massively screwed. And you want to know the funny thing? No, the 82 is not on the lead lap. I wish he was. I really, really wish he was. The ironic thing is that Timmy Hill, up there, who was fighting with Rusty, that guy right there, he was contending for the win against, say, Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon earlier, but now he has to deal with being in the back. And by the way, for those of you wondering who would be in the lead right now, if it wasn't for the fluky caution, it would be Mark Martin in the 06. And the real leader is all the way back here. Well, he's not really back here. This would technically signify the front of the field, and the back of the field would be Kyle Busch, Michael McDowell, Ryan Blaney, David Reagan, Kerry Earnhardt, all those guys. As right now, Rusty Wallace continues to lead here at Auto Club. Things are going to get more and more tense, more and more they're going to get a lot more intense, a lot more unnerving, and they're going to get a lot more insane, crazy to speak. So right now, Rusty Wallace is still the leader, having to fend off a lot of lap traffic as well. And remember, like I said, that lap traffic is fast. bad fast even. I would consider it being something very akin to uh like neck very very good. I was gonna say next gen, by the way. It was gonna be. It's very akin to like chaos. It's very akin to super speedway racing. But in this scenario, it's less super speedway racing and more like ARCA super speedway racing. Like this is literally ARCA in a nutshell. You've got 3 cars, all technically with really really good equipment, and then you have everyone else. Like, I mean, Rusty's good. He has a championship on like he has a championship in this series under his belt, but there's a huge asterisk next to that. Because no offense to the fans of Rusty Wallace, I'm about to spew out here. Technically, he only won that championship because he showed up for the most races, and we had like 110 plus drivers trying to show up for every race. And that's not possible in this specific thing. So right now, Rusty Wallace trying to actually earn a win for the very first time without having to deal with some shenanigans in the way. As right now, Rusty Wallace continues to lead as we enter into lap number 50 out of 102. We're getting close to that halfway point. And yeah, with all those cars coming down pit road, that's exactly what Rusty wants to see. 1 lap down, 1 lap down, 1 lap down, 1 lap down. He wants to see all those cars a lap down and essentially messed up, screwed over, everything. And that's what Rusty Wallace wants to see, as right now we have a lot of cars coming down pit road, including some of the leaders, which includes Rusty Wallace, which includes oh wait, no, those guys I think pitted a lot earlier, I would imagine. So if the caution comes out here, Rusty Wallace is basically good. He's the only one who's technically on the lead lap as of right now, because everyone else would be messed over and would be 1 lap down. As Rusty Wallace heads down pit road here. Where's the number 97 and where is the 17? Oh, it looks like a 17 pitted with the 24, who pitted with the 97, and the Bush brothers pitted together as well, so definitely a lot of unique strategies here, as Rusty, I think, is going to win the race off of this specific pit road here. Yep, there's some cars going by. There's Kyle Larson, there's Mark Martin, there's Brad Keselowski. All of them technically getting back on the lead lap. There's McMurray in the 26. There's Jimmy Johnson. There's Tony Stewart in the wall. And will Jimmy Johnson stay a lap down? I believe he will. Or no, he won't. He'll get back on the lead lap with the outside momentum. He'll be back on the lead lap. I think Kerry Earnhardt's going to get back on the lead lap. Wait. Yep, and there goes Kevin Harvick to that inside. They're all going to try to get back on the lead lap here. Yep, they're all back on the lead lap, and now Rusty Wallace is still leading this race. He is still probably the favorite to win this race, I would imagine. He is currently, we are halfway through this race right now. We are on lap 52 out of 102. For those of you tuning in, welcome to the WorldCAR CINAR Cup Series here at Auto Club. Rusty Wallace is the leader after an unfortunate caution trapped most of the field either 1 lap down or on the tail end of the lead lap. Rusty Wallace just happened to be in the fortunate situation, and now he's the leader. So hopefully he can hang on for the next 52 laps. Actually, no, that would. I'm not that great at maths, like 50 or 40 something laps. But right now, Rusty Wallace trying to add an exclamation point on his last season. Last season, he won the championship. This season, however, he is a defending champion, has to defend his crown. He's off to a good start though, top 10 in the points so far. But he needs a win to verify his successes, to verify the fact that he's once again a top tier level championship contender. And right now, Rusty Wallace trying to do that to a T as we enter lap number 54 out of 102. Rusty Wallace in the lead. And right now through 1 and 2, and once again going down the back straightaway here at Auto Club, it is all Rusty Wallace's pretty much it's only just going to be his race to lose. Elliott Sadler and Rainbow Dash just entered the top 5 for the first time all day. Great for those people. And as of right now, by the way, if you're wondering where those people are on the track who just made their way up inside the top 5, this is where they are. And Rusty Wallace is over here. So, yeah, take with that what you will. Is right now Corey Heim getting back on the lead lap. Ryan Blaney trying his best to get back on the lead lap. There's William Byron in the 69. He's currently, is he on the lead lap or on the tail end of the lead lap? No, he's on the tail end of the lead lap. He could actually get back on the lead lap right here if they make the right move. They're all trying to go to the inside right there. Yep, Blaney to the inside of his teammate. He's going to get back on the lead lap. And Tony Stewart in that number 90 is going to try to follow him here, trying to get back on the lead lap as well. As right now, Rusty Wallace having to deal with at least 15 cars on the lead lap. He might have to deal with 16 here if Tony Stewart can get by him. Yep, nope, still 15 as of right now. As right now, I believe, yep, he's still the leader. Kurt Busch is still in second. And James Busch is currently in third. Now, where are both of they right now? Well, Kurt Busch is all the way back here battling with AJ Allmendinger. And James Buescher is all the way back here in between Meep Anton and Jeff Gordon. So all Rusty has to do is just persevere in these next couple of laps, and I believe he'll be good. For now. And again, one yellow could mess up everything for this 2 car. Could mess up the win, could mess up strategy, could mess up everything for him. And right now, Rusty Wallace, he's looking very strong as of right now. As they go down the back straightaway, yep, there's William Byron. I think he tried to get back on the inside of the 2 car to try to get his lap back. But so far, he's now ahead of his teammate. Or, wait, no, he's going high right here. Is that going to be high good enough? Oh, no, the leader's into the wall. So that's going to give a huge advantage to Ryan Blaney right there, who will get back on the lead lap. I'm surprised Rusty wasn't letting his teammate back on the lead lap sooner, considering, his teammate is in 17th in points. He's actually the second best car. Well, no, he's actually the third best car on that team. And right now, he's trying to look as stout as ever down the back straightaway. Yep, Ryan Blaney's going to fall back. I don't know what's making Rusty this aggressive. Like, honestly. As right now through turn 3 and 4. Yep, he's on the inside, bullying Corey Heim out of the way. And that's going to put Corey Heim a lap down, which Corey Heim hasn't had the best season so far, to be honest. Although the fact that he is actually running in 14th was actually a solid day for him. But the fact that he's going a lap down in 14th is definitely something. I don't think some certain competitors are going to be too happy about that one way or another. It's gonna ruffle a lot of feathers, and I do mean a lot of feathers there as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Yep, he's passing Kerry Arnold on the inside. Make that now the top 13. A lap down. As right now he's gonna pass Kevin Harvick and Rainbow Dash. If he passes those 2, I believe he's gonna lap everybody except for the top 10. As Jay McMurray is now gonna try to take the advantage. Nope, Rusty has the advantage. Yep. And now he's going to put all of those guys on lap down. Ouch, that is... Man, I wouldn't want to be these people. Honestly. So, we'll see what happens here in the closing laps of this very, very track. But, we'll see right here. There goes Ryan Blaney. He's into the wall back there. That's not going to be good. I mean, he's 17th in the points. He's probably running where he should be. As right now, we head into the closing laps of this race. Now the top 10 are on the lead lap. Jamie McMurray up there is in the top 10. And thanks to the fortunately timed yellow, Rusty is in this position to begin with. And honestly, that could spell doom for... Well, it wouldn't spell doom for Rusty in general. It would spell doom for, like, the entire field's chances of winning. Especially McMurray's, Johnson's, and then you have Harvick, Kerry Earnhardt. One car in the wall back there, that is Corey Heim, losing even more spots. That next race can't come soon enough for Corey Heim. I feel really bad for that guy. As McMurray now goes a lap down, there are now 9 cars on the lead lap. And remember, we could go green the rest of the way. And this could provide some big boost to Rusty Wallace. Big boost. Because at Daytona, he wasn't really in contention until the very end. And here, he wasn't in contention for most of the race either. He was running, like, barely inside the top 10. He was alright, but he wasn't, like, stellar. That is until right now. He is currently in the lead. He's going to lap Brad Keselowski. He's going to lap Jimmy Johnson. And now he's about to lap Elliott Sadler. Like, this man has been on a roll lately. And that's the kinds of words that you do not want to hear if you're one of his competitors. That's one of the competitors that if you hear it, all you want to do is just plug your ears immediately and never hear anything ever again. As right now, coming down the front straightaway, Rusty Wallace has lapped pretty much everyone except from first to sixth. Actually, no, from second to sixth. Everyone else has a lap down. Jimmy Johnson, Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, all a lap down. Oh. We apologize for some of that audio intake. As right now, Rusty Wallace is still in the lead. Jimmy Johnson in second. Brad Keselowski. Well, actually, no. That's not in second. That's not third. Sorry. I'm only doing that because I just need to say this straight up. Right now, it is all currently Rusty, Kurt, and James Buescher, who is probably in the most fortunate situation of his entire career. More than that Daytona wreck, which pretty much sealed his win. As right now, down the back straightaway here at Auto Club, it is still the 2-car out front in the lead, trying to pull away here. As right now, he's going to try to lap the 60 of Matt Kenseth as Jimmy now goes to the inside. Was this it for Rusty Wallace? Can he no longer lap those guys? We'll see here. As right now, Mark Martin, Kyle Larson, and Matt Kenseth are all very lucky. Now Jimmy Johnson's in the lucky. He's in the catbird seat. If the caution were to come out, he would be extremely lucky. As right now, I think those guys back there know what Rusty is capable of. Some of them are giving over, and the rest are doing just fine. Like Kyle Larson and Mark Martin, they're hoping for a caution. They want to get back on the lead lap. They want to do it as soon as possible. And same with Matt Kenseth, he desperately wants a caution. And Jimmy Johnson as well, who's literally battling him. He's clear right now. He could literally get back on the lead lap, and as soon as they get that caution, they would be in the catbird seat. But right now, they're not. And that's kind of unfortunate, because Rusty Wallace, even though he's doing really good right now, oh wow, William Byron in the top 10. After winning the first race of the season, he's still in the top 10. As right now, those guys are... Honestly, the most embarrassing thing you can do at this point is choose the low side at Auto Club. Literally, most amazing thing. As right now, coming out of turn number 3 and 4, it is all still Rusty Wallace's race to lose as we enter lap 68 out of 102. And once again, everyone from 2nd to 6th is on the lead lap. Just let that sink in for a moment. Part of the top 10 is a lap down. Part of the majority of the field is now a lap down. We haven't seen a car this dominant since Jeff Bodine in a... Well, actually, no. We have never seen this in WorldCAR, ever. No one has quite literally lapped the field and went on to win the race. I don't presume anything like that has ever happened, ever. Although, sometimes I wish that happened. But right now, it is all Rusty Wallace's race to lose, as right now they enter the funny number lap. Rusty Wallace still as stout as ever in the lead. William Byron now trying to get that spot away from Kenseth. That would be a solid run for William Byron right there. Right now he's going to the inside of Rusty Wallace to take that spot away. But Rusty's just too strong at the corner because apparently NR 2003 likes to give him a really good car. Actually, no. Whenever the leader is in lapped traffic, and lap traffic is much more powerful than the leader, I think the game just kind of automatically nerfs everyone else for some reason, but I'm not someone who's an expert in this. As right now, William Byron glides by Rusty Wallace. He'll take that lap back. As right now, those two cars right behind Rusty Wallace, that being Kevin Harvick and Matt Kenseth, those guys are going to try to get back on the lead lap as best as they possibly can within the next few laps. And if they all start passing Rusty Wallace, this could present an opportunity for guys like Kurt Busch, for guys like James Buescher to make good passes and get spots back. But right now, it is all in vain right now. So I think some of those guys are just giving up. I'm going to be honest. Some of those guys are just probably giving up. Just saying, you know what? You're on the lead lap. You now have full reign to do whatever you want. No, that's not what you're supposed to do, Matt Kenseth. Because right now, we're on lap 71. We are very far away from the end of this race, and Rusty Wallace has got this race under control. Let's take a look at where Kurt Busch and James Buescher are. Kurt Busch is all the way back here. Nothing really going on with him other than he's just being there. James Buescher is also back here. I don't know what he's doing. Then, if we go to the leader, if we go to the what should have been leaders, there's Mark Martin pulling away from Kyle Larson. Even in one of these races, Kyle Larson just can't catch a break for anything right now. As right now, it is still the 2-car in the lead. And I saw Tony Stewart coming down pit road. Could pit stops play a factor to this? Now we'll see. And also, if Rusty himself gets wrecked, and if the yellow comes out, that could be a golden opportunity for everybody. If the top 3 in this race were to all wreck out in the same wreck, provides a golden opportunity for anyone else in the field to get back on the lead lap, to get some much needed points. But as of right now, it is still currently all in vain. It is still the 2-car, Rusty Wallace, and the number 2, Miller Lite Dodge for Team Penske, the defending champion. He's in the front right now, and all he has to do from here is just coast away. Even though he's not really saving fuel as much, I think he's saved more fuel than everybody else so far, considering, oh yeah, he stayed out longer than everyone else that one time. Right now, he's coming down pit road. Rusty Wallace coming down pit road right here, right now. Coming down pit road, it will be Rusty Wallace. And there's a lot of cars going with him. Wow, we have, did Kurt Busch and James Buescher go with him? Oh yeah, they both did. They literally both did. You can see them both with them. And as of right now, with that, I think they're both good for the moment. But the real question is will anybody, get the lead away from that 2-car anytime soon? As we have a few slow cars coming out of the pit road. Yep, there's Rusty Wallace coming out of the pit road. Kurt Busch, is he coming out of the pit road? Could be a while for some of these guys to come out of pit road. As right now, it is all currently going to be Rusty Wallace still will be the leader. There's some of those guys coming out of pit road that we just mentioned earlier. Some of those guys are going to be back on the... some guys right here are going to be back on the lead lap, but we will see. As right now, Rusty Wallace is still going to be the leader when all is said and done. Or is he? Let's see as the field is trying to trudge along right here. Oh, yep, several of these guys are back on the lead lap. Oh, yep. Oh, dear. Yep, Rusty Wallace is still the leader, and everybody else so far was, really honest, I think the rest of the field was just, I'm gonna be brutally honest here. The race kind of fell apart for everybody once that caution came out. And so therefore, literally everybody is kind of not really in a good spot. Fuel-wise, in a good spot. Race car-wise, in a good spot. Any car-wise. And now, because of that, we have 11 cars on the lead lap, and Rusty Wallace is still the leader. And when all is said and done. And yeah, James Buescher fumbled the bag on pit road. That's going to be costly for him. Finally, a podium is up for grabs. People of the WorldCAR CINAR Cup Series, rejoice! Nah, I'm just kidding. But seriously though, where's James Buescher? Just coming out of pit road. And where is the 38 and all those other guys? Why, they're at the start-finish line! Oh, yep, James Buescher with a possible issue on pit road puts Kyle Larson into the catbird seat for a podium spot, and meanwhile it is all still Rusty Wallace's race to lose. Man, if only the mechanical or pit failure happened to Rusty Wallace. A man can dream. This is not me rooting against Rusty Wallace, by the way. I think Rusty Wallace is actually a really good race car driver in this series so far. It's just that sometimes it gets boring after a bit, after the same driver keeps leading and leading over and over again. But if they stay up there for a very long time, that makes us appreciate these kinds of drivers. I mean, if Rusty Wallace wins this race, which he probably will, let's just be honest, he probably will, then Rusty Wallace will immediately vault to the points lead. He's at 29 points. You can get 100 points for winning. Winning will mean everything here. I mean, I'm brutally honest right here. Rusty Wallace is probably one of the title favorites heading into this season. I mean, no crap. He won the championship last season. This season, he looks, I wouldn't say stronger, but with less people in the field at a certain time, then Rusty Wallace himself is probably going to be essentially the championship favorite. I mean, he entered this season as the defending champion. He already has a championship here. I mean, he could go back to back and right off into the sunset, but right now he is on it. He is going through with what he said he was going to do if he won the championship. And that's, you know what? If he won the championship, he would say he would try to do it again. And that's exactly what he's doing right now as we enter lap 80 out of 102, which I believe is 23 laps to go here in the Rowdy Energy 400 at Auto Club. And speaking of Rowdy himself, where is Rowdy in this race? He is currently... There he is. He is currently 31st, one lap down. In the company he owns 400. Yikes. I mean, it's pretty difficult to drive a stock car when you're an Angel, so I get it. I mean, it took Biffle a bit, and he's currently in third. Okay, you know what? Yeah, it's difficult to drive stock cars when you're an Angel. But right now, so far so good. It is. Oh! And we got a wreck in the back. That is Brad Keselowski and Jimmy Johnson around. That's gonna bring out the caution, and that changes everything. Whoa! And that's the thing. Rusty Wallace and Kurt Busch did not want to see. The caution is out. And also that screws over Brad Keselowski and Jimmy Johnson because they were involved in the wreck. Mark Martin is good. Mark Martin is now going to be back on the lead lap. Elliott Sadler is good. Matt Kenseth is good. Kyle Larson now has a chance to win this race. This blows the door wide open for some key contenders and for some of those other guys that are on the tail, are like one lap down. I'm sorry, but I think this might be your race right here. Let's see what happened to bring out the caution here. The pivotal one. Oh, yeah. I don't know if Brad Keselowski wanted to do that for the caution, but let's see what happened here. Oh, Brad Keselowski just sent him. Brad Keselowski absolutely 100% just sent the 48 car. Man, I would be really, really angry if I were Rusty Wallace. Let's go on board of the 6 car. All right, we're catching up to the 48. Catching up to the 48. What the actual was that? We had to get back on the lead lap somehow. That's not how you do it! And now we're gonna go on board with Jimmy Johnson as Matt McCall is actually no, is that Matt McCall as Brad Keselowski's crew chief? I don't really know. We're gonna go on board with Jimmy Johnson here. Alright, all we gotta do is hold them off for the next 20 laps. We should be fine. Inside. That man sent us to get back on the lead lap. We're a lap down now, you're bleep! So Jimmy Johnson, not happy at all with what Brad Keselowski did. And man, when that caution came out, yeah, there's a few guys now on pit road that are now fully back in it, including Kyle Larson, including Mark Martin, including Elliott Sadler, Matt Kenseth, the rest of those guys back there. They're not in the best spot. So to reiterate, um, with that caution coming out, Rusty Wallace is still going to be the leader, but Kurt Busch, Kyle Larson, Matt Kenseth, Elliott Sadler, Mark Martin, they all now have a chance to steal the win at the very end of it. Oh man, the late race restart here is going to get very exciting. We got McMurray coming down pit road. He's leading the guys. He's in the top 10 as well as Corey Heim. Kerry Earnhardt, he was last at the beginning of this race. I'm not sure how he went up to 9th, but good for him. And William Byron. Yeah, let me check on the crew chief situation for Brad Keselowski. Yeah, Matt McCall is not happy with Brad Keselowski. Man, I've never seen a crew chief super frustrated with their driver before. But there has been precedent before. So as you can see right here, you have the pace car right here. You have Rusty Wallace. And then right here, you've got some key contenders now close to him. You've got Kyle Larson now in this race. You've got Matt Kenseth now in this race. You've got Elliott Sadler now in this race. And you've got Mark Martin now in this race. Rusty Wallace, the defending champion, is going to have his hands full in the closing laps here in the Rowdy Energy 400 here at Auto Club. I keep forgetting the race name. And let's see who's going to win the lap car battle out of pit road. It's going to be... drag race. I think Kerry Earnhardt got it by like 2/1000ths of a second over Corey Heim. And then you got Harvick, Herbst, Allmendinger, and the rest of the field. And of course, Jimmy Johnson and Brad Keselowski both having to do repairs on their race cars because, Brad, that is not how you get back on the lead lap because you kind of wrecked yourself in the process. So Brad Keselowski is currently, what's that? Oh yeah, it appears as though the WorldCAR officials are gonna have to, talk to the driver and the crew chief of the number 6 car post-race, so, Brad Keselowski is, kind of in trouble right now. I would not be Brad Keselowski if I were him. I would not. Oh, and he also left his bumper on pit road. Not a surprise there. So Brad Keselowski is still going to be in this race, but I wouldn't be surprised if a penalty comes this week for him, because honestly, that is not the best showing you did there, Brad. I mean, you screwed over yourself. You screwed over Jimmy Johnson, and now he's also lost his back bumper as now he comes off of pit road here. The rest of the field sorting themselves out. Yep, that's the one to go signal. Yep, Brad Keselowski and Jimmy Johnson have to be fuming right now. Well, more Jimmy Johnson than Brad Keselowski, because Keselowski, again, not how you send a... Well, no. That is how you send a driver, but not how you get back on the lead lap. Not how you get back on the lead lap. Brad Keselowski is currently... What is that? Oh, he's getting booed by some fans now. Ouch! That is not how not how his career at Roush Keselowski was meant to start. There's Carl Edwards on pit road too. I don't know if he had a mechanical failure or something. So yeah, not really looking good for Roush Keselowski PR wise. Oh, it's not gonna lie, that wouldn't be the best for him. As right now they come out of 3 and 4, they're about to come back to the green flag here. And yeah, like I said, a bunch more contenders now in this race now that caution shook a bit of the field up. We have Rusty Wallace and Kurt Busch, who were here before, but then we've got Kyle Larson, Matt Kenseth, Elliott Sadler, Mark Martin, James Buescher fell a lap down. That is actually very depressing. But let's see if Rusty Wallace can hold up a hungry pack of cars. Back to the gas we go. And once again, Rusty Wallace now with the jump. Now he's in the lead. Now he's in control of this race so far anyways. And through turn number 1 and 2, Kerry Earnhardt on his inside. He's going to try to get back on the lead lap. And remember, if another caution were to come out, that would be very, very interesting to say the least. Down the back straightaway here. Oh, no, I thought that was Mark Martin. No, that is Mark Martin I see back there. He's just chilling. Yep, Carl Edwards is falling a little bit back. As they head into turn number 3 and 4, it is all still Rusty Wallace with the lead, 4 wide, back in the pack, as Rusty Wallace trying to hang on for the most part. we enter lap 87 out of 102. Herbst is a lap car. The majority of those guys are lap cars. They're on the inside. They're all trying to contend. Corey Haim's trying to reel in Rusty. Even though Corey Haim is a lap down, he's not on the lead lap. The majority of this field is a lap down. They're not on the lead lap. But some of them now have a new lease on life, including Mark Martin, including Kyle Larson, including Elliott Sadler, and including Matt Kenseth. And those guys right there could provide the keys to victory here if they can stop Rusty Wallace. Because now Rusty Wallace, he's just found something. And now because he found something, he's going to try to use it to his advantage, use it to pull away from the rest of the field. Oh, James Busher went down pit road again. That sucks. Is right now coming down turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straight once again. It is still Rusty Wallace with the lead here at Auto Club. Right now heading into turns number 3 and 4. It is still all Rusty Wallace in the lead. And right now he's having to deal with a lot. That's Kurt Busch to the wall. That's going to be the first time second's going to be up for grabs in the minute. As Elliott Sadler now closing the gap on Rusty Wallace. Now he's up into second. Can he get up? Yep, he's to the inside of Corey Haim right there. Oh, he's closing in on the 2 car. Could Elliott Sadler shock the world and steal the win here at Auto Club? Down the back straightaway once again. It is still all Rusty Wallace's race to lose. Having to hold off a now hard-charging Elliott Sadler in that number 38 car. Trying to catch up to him as soon as possible. But right now, as they come down the front straightaway once again, it is all still Rusty Wallace's race to lose. But right now, he's having to fend off a ton of cars now in the lead lap. He has to fend off Elliott Sadler. He has to fend off Matt Kenseth, who's now up in the third. Remember, his son Ross Kenseth nearly won here in the truck race, and it was heartbreaking for him. Didn't really have the best result for him. He finished, I believe, in the lower half of the pack. But now his dad is going to put vengeance on the field as Elliott Sadler goes to the inside. As he will slide up the track right up in front of the 2. And Elliott Sadler will take the lead away here at Auto Club. As right now diving it down into turn number 1. Elliott Sadler now with the lead. Matt Kenseth going to the inside for second. Rusty is now looking extremely vulnerable here as they go down the back straightaway here at Auto Club. And once again, with that new lease on life, Kurt Busch is now back into contention. Also, I saw 1 car slow down the back straightaway. I don't know what the 7 car's up to. What's going on with the, I think the 7 car's experiencing a mechanical failure. Oh dear. Has to head down pit road here. That actually really sucks for her. Rainbow Dash was doing really, really good early on in this race and now has to fade towards the back. But right now up front, here comes the 60 of Matt Kenseth. Kenseth to the lead. And now the real question is, can he hang on in the final 10 laps? Like I said, Matt Kenseth, his son, Ross Kenseth, nearly won here in the WorldCAR Craftsman Truck Series Sony 200. At this very, very racetrack, right here, right now. But now Matt Kenseth can do something that his son was supposed to do a few days ago. Win on this very, very track. Come in this by right now. 10 laps to go here at Auto Club. Right now, diving it down into turn number 1 and 2. It looks like the 60 of Matt Kenseth has it going on. He is pulling away from Rusty Wallace, from Elliott Sadler, from Kurt Busch. And honestly, I thought that caution would provide more of a safety to Kyle Larson and Mark Martin. Seems like they're caught up in the field and lap traffic. This is why lap traffic isn't really the best in NR 2003, by the way. As they come out of 3 and 4, it is all still the 60 of Matt Kenseth hanging on. As right now we are on lap 94 out of 102. The laps ticking down one by one. The search for victory. So close now for Matt Kenseth. He's got a brand new scheme representing Dollar General. And like I said, he had a son who nearly won at this very racetrack 3 days ago. But now, Matt Kenseth in the catbird seat, having to fend off Elliott Sadler, having to fend off the defending champion, having to fend off Kurt Busch as well. Man, it would be an emotional day for Kurt Busch to win for his brother's home company. And it would be emotional for Elliott Sadler to get a win. He was so close during the first season too, never really got it. But Matt Kenseth looking very stout, very strong as ever as they go out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. As right now, it is all still Matt Kenseth heading into turn number 3 and 4. Kenseth still looking as strong as ever. Elliott Sadler looking to the outside. Sadler, I think, nearly almost went into the wall there. As right now, Matt Kenseth trying to hang on in the closing laps. Riley Herbst is with the leaders back there, but he's actually one lap down. He's all the way back in 7th. And then you have 2 Team Penske cars in the top 10. What a day for Team Penske, though, except for Ryan Newman. Wait, where is Ryan Newman? Oh, he's 22nd. Newman, I don't think your chances with Team Penske are looking great for next season. But anyways, I digress. Matt Kenseth in the lead here at Auto Club. Elliott Sadler in 2nd. Rusty Wallace is still in 3rd. He's going to try to catch up here, but these two are starting to pull away from the rest of them. And if Elliott Sadler can get a good run here, he's going to go to the inside of Kenseth. It'll be the 2nd time we're going to see a heartbreaker from a Kenseth. As right now, Elliott Sadler having to watch the 60 car pull away down the back straightaway once again. Kenseth's just here to make a statement. To tell the world, to remind them why the Kenseths are a good racing family. Like, we know Matt Kenseth is good. But look, Ross Kenseth dominated the truck race. Dominated the end of that race. He was going to win that. His name was going to go on the trophy. But it all slipped away from him. And now his father has a chance to avenge it. Put an exclamation point on the field. Showing how talented the Kenseth name truly is. And as I say that, he goes into the wall. Matt Kenseth into the wall out of 2. Heartbreaker for Matt Kenseth. Elliott Sadler to the lead. And now the question becomes, can Elliott Sadler hang on in the closing laps? He's pulling away from Matt Kenseth as of right now. But it's so far so good. Elliott Sadler could also get into the wall here at Auto Club. He was so close into the wall right then and there. 3 laps to go. Now all he has to do is hang on. All he has to do is to remind the world truly of what he could be. Actually, no, this is 4 laps to go. My apologies, I cannot count. And as of right now, it is all still Elliott Sadler's now race to lose. Matt Kenseth still in 2nd. But the real question is, can he close that gap back up? Ross Kenseth, he fell to like 31st or something at the end of that race. But Kenseth, he's still in 2nd thanks to the unique circumstances that this race has put on. And coming around to the start-finish line, now we're at 3 laps to go. The gap now 3/10 between Kenseth and Sadler. As right now, through 1 and 2, Kenseth is actually gaining on the 38 car. We could have a dramatic last lap battle here at Auto Club in the Rowdy Energy 400. Elliott Sadler trying to hang on. Matt Kenseth trying to avenge his son. Coming around through 3 and 4 once again. Kenseth using the middle high side this time. I don't think it's going to gain. But it is certainly going to put a statement that he is here to stay. 2 laps to go. And the gap has not changed. It is still 3/10. Kenseth is still right there. He's still very good. Technically, he's in dirty air, but he could, with the help of the draft, launched by Elliott Sadler in the closing laps here. But the real question is, when will he make the move? He's actually sort of slightly distancing himself from Elliott Sadler. That's quite interesting. Elliott Sadler is running a bit of the middle line. That's also very interesting. These drivers making interesting moves and everything. This race has been crazy from start to finish. But we're coming around now to the white flag. 1 lap to go here at Auto Club in the Rowdy Energy. Diving it down into turn number 1 and 2. Elliott Sadler trying to fend off Matt Kenseth. Remember what I said. Elliott Sadler didn't win a race at all last season. He was right there in the thick. Right there in the hunt. Same with his former teammate, Ricky Rudd. But coming out of 3 and 4, Elliott Sadler, redemption from season 1 as he comes out of turn number 4. Elliott Sadler. The storybook ending is not going to happen today. Elliott Sadler wins the Rowdy Energy 400 here at Auto Club. Wow. What a race. What a win from the Haas Yates team. Elliott Sadler finally gets his first win of WorldCAR. Wow. What a race. What a finish. So close. Heartbreaker once again for the Kenzips. Last week it was Ross Kenseth. This week Matt Kenseth, unfortunately, so close. Second place. Frustrating as heck. And how about some good results right here? So good results for Rusty Wallace in the 2. Good result for Kurt Busch, getting a solid top 5. How about Kyle Larson? Attaboy to him. First Hendrick top 5 of the season. And then we have Mark Martin, Riley Herbst. Well, Mark Martin is the last guy on the lead lap, but we don't count that for this race because everyone technically did not finish on the lead lap, unless if you were in the top 6. So from 7th on down, Riley Herbst, Ryan Blaney, William Byron, AJ Allmendinger. So Team Penske got 3 cars in the top 10. Nice. And then you have Kerry Earnhardt in 11th, 12th, Kevin Harvick. Then you have David Reagan, Meat Banton, Tony Stewart, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Michael McDowell, Corey Heim, Timmy Hill, Paul Menard, Ryan Newman, Jeff Gordon, Kyle Busch, Jimmy McMurray, Chris Buescher, Christopher Bell, Greg Biffle, Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, Carl Edwards. And then you have Jimmy Johnson, Rainbow Dash, James Buescher. He was in the top 3 in the end. I thought he was certainly going to win that one. And then you've got Justin Haley, the part-time car. And then you have Denny Hamlin, 35th. And of course, the DNFs of Dale Earnhardt and JJ Haley. Unfortunate end for those two. But man, what a race. What a thrill. That was something to behold, a sight to behold by everybody here. The sellout crowd here at Auto Club, honestly. Everyone here, thank you for showing up. I would like to thank C Sports and Gene for helping me cover this broadcast here in the Rowdy Energy 400. We once again would like to congratulate Elliott Sadler for finally collecting his first WorldCAR Series win. This time a WorldCAR Cup Series win. That's going to be more significant than the first season when you had to deal with 110 cars. But I digress. Thank you, Gene. And we will see you guys next time, which I believe the next race is, if I check my notes here, thanks to Gerald, one of my helpers here, the next race will be at Las Vegas, Gambling City. So let's see who will possibly gamble their race away in the next race. And tomorrow we have the WorldCAR Orion Series. Yes, interesting switch up there, thanks to schedule stuff, but we're all good here. Once again, thanks to C Sports for covering. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!
This telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or re-uploaded in any form without giving explicit credit to C Media, the featured properties under its C Sports division, and the sanctioning bodies featured in this presentation.
Losing my voice, part 92.